There was also a situation with a gentleman on December 20th. What happened?
Yes. I was walking into my building after walking my dog at about 5 p.m. and a gentleman came up from behind me as I was trying to enter my door. And we have, because of everything that's been happening, of course I'm going to be alert and aware of my surroundings. And this man came right behind me up to my door to where I go into my apartment. And I turned around, and I had never seen him before, and said that I couldn't let him in because I didn't know who he was. And those are rules based off of the rental properties, rules that are hanging in the lobby to not let anyone in that you don't know. And he got upset. And as I was, I told him he can use the buzzers to buzz whose ever apartment he needed to get into. He got very angry, and as I was opening my door, he shoved me from behind and called me a racist. I hit my head off the door, and at that point, again, being above reproach, having my dog with me, being by myself without, not knowing what would happen after that, I ran up to my apartment and called my attorney and called 911. He continued to go into the apartment that he was going to visit, and when the police came, they arrested him.
Now, the case was dismissed as a result of you not showing up for. Why didn't you go?
So there was an error not only in the police report, but there was also an oversight on the assistant state's attorney. They wrote down the wrong information, my wrong address, and the wrong phone number. So when the court date had changed on the police report that I received, the court date said February 1st at 9 a.m. at the Belmont and Western Courthouse. That was my assumption of when that court was going to take place. And they had moved the date for some reason and didn't have the proper contact information. So I was not notified that this was going to be occurring.
So is there anything you plan on doing to try and pursue this, or?
I could jump in at this point.
Sure.
I've spoken to the assistant state's attorney at Belmont and Western.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to move to reinstate the case.
Okay.
That would be up to the judges whether the case would be reinstated.
Okay.
But it was a SOL, or stricken off list, so it can be reinstated within 6 months.
Okay.
We expect it to be reinstated.
Good. Okay, thank you. Are you sorry about anything you've said in the videos?
No.
Nothing. You stand by all of it.
I was defending myself.
When you were in the Pete's Coffee and you called the clerk, you said, "You're a bitch." You stand by that.
I wish I would not have I wish I would not have engaged in it.
So you're sorry for saying that?
I am sorry for engaging in that, yes.
Are you sorry for calling the Michaels employee an animal?
So, I didn't actually call her an animal. I said that she was screaming at me like an animal.
Are you sorry for that?
I mean, I should again have walked away from it. So I'm sorry that I engaged in that. It got that heated.
One of the emails that you sent me talked about your legacy. Do you think about that? I mean, do you think about how to repair the damage that's been done to your reputation, or to try and stop all of this backlash that you've experienced in the wake of these videos?
Absolutely. Social media really took off with this in a really ugly way, and it's extremely concerning that one false video and edited on top of that could influence so many people. There's two sides to every story, and in terms of repairing, I'm living, one day at a time, and nothing is going to stop me from living the life that I've been living and going and doing the normal things that I do. it's scary that people on social media and people have reached out to me and have been wanting to harm me. And that's something that's really concerning to me in this country in general, is that those types of things are unacceptable, is reaching out and wanting to hurt a complete stranger in regards to a situation that they don't understand. I mean, this was people reaching out from Seattle, from New Jersey, telling me that they were going to try and come and find me and I needed to be careful and they were going to slit my throat. I mean, it's disturbing. In terms of my legacy, I'm just wanting to move forward from this with lessons learned, absolutely.
But do you think that can happen without an apology of some sort?
An apology.
As you said, there's two sides to every story.
Right.
Do you think anything short of an apology is going to help?
I don't believe so. I don't believe I owe anybody on social media an apology for what they didn't understand.
But I mean, to the people that are in the videos with you, you don't think that anything short of an apology?
No, absolutely not.
But you're not willing to give that apology?
What, can I jump in?
Sure.
Well, the point is, first of all, people have committed crimes against my client. People have been arrested for committing crimes against my client, including death threats. So I think both sides need to step back and reconcile. But right now, my client is being attacked daily. Her side is not being presented daily. So until there's a reconciliation, there needs to be a full understanding of what happened.
To this incident, but that your behavior was over the top, that you shouldn't have reacted that way, and that it was uncalled for. What do you say to people who say that?
People are going to have their opinions and they're going to think what they want to think. But for all of them to keep in mind that this was a customer service issue, that I was defending my right to be in a public place. I was not causing any type of disruption. Again, being above reproach and learning to take the high road is something that everyone, no matter what situation, we should all make that decision. So, again, people are going to think what they want to think, but the facts of the matter is that this was a customer service issue and this had nothing to do with race, and I am not a racist.
Do you think people care? I mean, it seems like nothing short of an apology is going to get people to stop threatening you.
Well, can I jump in?
Sure.
I don't think an apology will get people to stop threatening her. I think what people will get people to stop threatening her is if they should consider that if we find them and we report them to police, they will be arrested, and I believe they will be charged. And therefore, people can express their opinion. But threatening my client, harassing my client, damaging her home are all utterly unacceptable. And I think that's the key issue.
Well, short of threats, insults, continuing to talk about this, to talk about you, to keep sharing that video. How do you get past that?
In a way, you really just wake up and you decide on how you want your day to start and begin, and it's been very scary and it's been very, very difficult. The people who have been harassing me and bullying me and making fun, and I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do. My number one priority is my safety, and again, anyone who is going to be threatening me, who does any type of harm to me, will be arrested and they'll have to face criminal charges.
If we can briefly touch on Brendan Cummings, can you talk about what happened?
Brendan Cummings had emailed me that it was cunts like me that make him want to vomit, and that he was looking for my address diligently and that I needed to watch my back.
And what was your reaction to that?
Pure terror. someone who says those type of things to you, my life was in immediate danger. Someone who's diligently looking to come and harm me is something unimaginable. Like you don't. I don't know. It's sickening.
Anything you'd like to add that we haven't talked about?
May I jump in?
Sure.
Just my own personal opinion. First of all, let me make clear, I am Jennifer's attorney. I voted for Hillary. I'm not for Trump. But Jennifer has been made a symbol of things people don't like, principally Trump. She's not a symbol. She's a person. She wants to live her own life. She wants to be left alone. She doesn't want to be harassed on social media. My message to people is, back off. Stop. She doesn't need this. And she's not a symbol of anything. She's a human being.
What have you learned from this experience?
I've learned to. This has been a very scary experience, and I've learned that a lot of people are going to have their opinions and they're going to say what they want to say. We all have that freedom. And I also learned that there are going to be people who are going to understand both sides of the story, and they're going to have compassion and empathy and understand that everyone makes mistakes and everyone is human. I've learned that there are very violent people in this world that have attacked me personally, and that's scary to know that there's such anger and hate directed at me. And again, I'm a human being. As my attorney said, I'm not a symbol of what people don't like. I'm not a symbol of Donald Trump. I am Jennifer, and I'm a person with feelings and with a life, and I'm not a punching bag for anybody, and I won't be a punching bag for anybody to take out their frustrations because of the division of this country and what we're in right now. That is not going to keep happening.
Can you tell me, do you think, will there ever be another Jennifer Boyle video?
No. Other than what men have posted about me on YouTube and the disgusting, derogatory, crude videos that people have created about me, no, there won't be.
And for more on the extensive interview, go to our website or download the NBC Chicago app. Allison, back to you.
Oh, sure. Thank you.